Today I'm going to talk about a book that I really enjoyed, and that is The Martian by Andy Weir. I had to bring the book back to the library, so I couldn't really see it. I had to bring the book back to the library, so I don't have a physical copy, because the library is my friend, and I love that place like it's my home. Because I don't have no books here. Well, I do, but not too many. So yeah, I'm gonna review this book, and I gotta say, this book is amazing. I loved it so much. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, of course, and I enjoyed it. I really, really did, and I recommend it to anybody who loves this kind of genre, sci-fi type of feel to it. It follows an astronaut who goes on a mission with his crew, of course, and this big, they go on a mission to Mars, and there was a couple missions. I think there was one other mission before then, and it was successful. Everything was fine. So they keep doing these missions, and so this crew went, and this big sandstorm comes along, and they have to abort the mission, and then something happens to the main character, Mark Watney, and he gets left behind. And this is not a spoiler, because this is pretty much what's in the synopsis of the book. So he gets left behind, and he has to figure out how to survive like 4 years until the next mission, because it takes that long to do each mission. Like, get it ready, get the spaceship ready, get everything ready, and then they do different missions on different parts of Mars. So so he has to try to figure out how to survive on this planet all by himself for 4 years until the next astronauts come, and the crew that left him behind thinks he's dead, and he has no way of getting a hold of Earth or NASA or anybody, like, until he figures out how to get a hold of them. He's got to try to survive on his own, and to top it all off, he's only got, I think it was 50 days worth of food to survive. So his background for university and all that is, well, he's a botanist, so he has to try to figure out how to survive. And can you imagine, like, being on a planet all by yourself, and you have to try to figure out all this stuff without panicking? Like, I couldn't imagine doing that at all. I can't. Like, when I was reading it, I was just like, whoa, like, trying to put myself into his shoes and trying to figure out how to survive, and you have to stay there for 4 years, and you only have 50 days of food, so you gotta grow your own food on a planet that doesn't grow anything. So that was a challenge, but the only thing I can complain about this book is there was a lot of astronaut jargon which I didn't understand, and I'm not an astronaut, so I have no idea what all these jargon words are and stuff like that. So it was kind of confusing at times, but I got through it, no problem. I really liked the writing style. Like, there was parts of the book that it was just like all logs, like he was videotaping himself and talking like to the camera or whatever, like he was recording himself, like a journal type thing, and I found that really interesting. Like, he tried to occupy his time by telling his story in case he never made it back to his family, right? So I really enjoyed that. At first I was like, okay, is this the whole book? Like, it's just gonna be him? But no spoilers or anything, but eventually there's other characters in the book, and they're all pretty interesting. NASA, I don't know how they deal with all this stuff. Like, they gotta deal with not just the NASA part, but like the journalism part. Like the whole world is watching to see if this guy's gonna make it back or not, and it was kind of like on the edge of your seat. Yeah. So like the first half of the book, I was just like, it's good, and then when I got to the second half of the book, I was like halfway done, and I had to finish the whole entire book that night. Like, I could not put it down. It had me on the edge of my seat. I almost cried at the end, like, and I don't usually cry with books. Like, I read The Fault in Our Stars, and I didn't even cry for that one. I cried at the movie, but I never cried at the book. But yeah, I almost cried because it was like not a sad cry, but like, you know, a happy cry. And yeah, so I did give this book a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I'll put the links down below if I figure out how to. And yeah, so that's my review. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. And I hope you give this a thumbs up, and if you want to, you can subscribe, because I'm going to be doing some more videos. Alright, bye! I just wanted to do an update on my Wreck This journal as well. Last weekend I had the weekend off, or I think I had a couple days off at some point, so I decided to do a page in my Wreck It journal. So this one, y'all, where it says, do a really ugly drawing, use ugly subject matter, gum, poo, dead thing, a badly drawn bird, mold, barf, and crud. I didn't want to use any of that stuff, so I just drew like a really like scary pictures. And for this side, I drew a woman in the water, and she's coming out of the water, and she's missing her eyes, like, because she's dead, right? So, ew. And yeah, so I drew her, and then I decided to go with the whole death theme again, and I drew a lady in the grave, and she's got her head down. There's the grave, and there's the Grim Reaper, and there's the moon, and it says down here, it says, death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. And I thought that was a pretty interesting quote. So yeah, that's what I did, and that is my update so far. I work crazy shifts sometimes, so I don't have a lot of time to do this anymore. So I do what I can when I can. So I'll keep updating you when I do more of